In the prestigious heart of East Legon, where elegant mansions stand like royal palaces and the evenings glow with soft, golden lights, lived a man widely admired, Mr. Kwame Osei. He had built a real estate empire from nothing, and his name carried weight in both business and community affairs. To outsiders, he appeared blessed beyond measure: wealth, respect, influence, and a beautiful home. But inside that grand mansion was a truth far different from what the public imagined. Kwame had 2 wives, and with them came a level of chaos he could never have predicted. His first wife, Maame Adwoa, was a woman of grace and calm strength. She was with him long before success found its way to his doorstep. Back when he spent long days at Makola Market, selling building materials under the harsh Ghanaian sun. She was steady, patient, and deeply respected by everyone who knew her. The second wife, Naa Shika, entered his life later, after he had already achieved comfort. She was young, beautiful, confident, and fashionable. She carried herself with boldness, never afraid to speak her mind and never shy to show her luxury. Many in the community believed she came for the sweetness of his success. The 2 women tried to coexist peacefully at first, but quiet tension began to grow between them. It started with small things: a sarcastic remark at the dinner table, a cold stare in the hallway, a silent competition in the kitchen. Kwame brushed it off, believing time would mend their differences. He was wrong. The day he purchased a new Lexus SUV became the turning point. Both wives wanted it. Both felt entitled to it. And both argued so fiercely that even the security man at the gate pretended not to hear. That single incident opened the floodgates. Soon, the home became a competition field. Who wore the best outfits? Who cooked the most delicious meals? Who had more influence in the household? Who had Kwame's attention? Even the children began to feel the effects. Though they naturally loved each other, their mothers turned simple childhood accidents into battles. A torn shirt became an accusation. A shared snack led to complaints. Even playing in the garden resulted in shouting matches between the wives. The community eventually caught wind of the turmoil. At the salon, the women gossip whispered, "Ei, Kwame's house is like an African movie." At the drinking spot, the men shook their heads. 2 wives under one roof. Even kings do not attempt such things anymore. Kwame maintained his dignity outside, but inside his own home, he lived as a man without rest. The final straw came on his birthday. He had planned a grand family photoshoot, decorated compound, matching outfits, professional photographer. The children looked beautiful, the lights were perfect, and the atmosphere felt hopeful. But when it was time for the 2 wives to take a picture together, everything fell apart. Maame Adwoa refused to stand next to Naa Shika. Naa Shika refused to smile beside Maame Adwoa. Their voices rose, insults flew, and the photographer quietly packed up his camera and left the mansion in silence. Kwame sat alone afterward, overwhelmed with frustration and sadness. All his wealth suddenly felt empty. What was the point of building a palace if it held no peace? That night, he lay awake thinking. And by dawn, he had made a decision. He called both wives and invited a group of elders to witness his announcement. With a steady, tired voice, Kwame spoke. "I have given this family everything. But I cannot continue to live in a house without peace. From today, we separate the homes." The room fell silent. Kwame built a second mansion, one for each wife. Each woman received her own space, her own responsibilities, and her own environment. The children moved freely between both homes, and the competition, surprisingly, began to fade. Kwame himself moved into a small, quiet house nearby, simple, peaceful, and free from the daily conflicts he once lived with. For the first time in years, he could breathe. The wives, now separated, found their own rhythm. Without daily rivalry, they treated each other with more respect. The children grew closer, and the tension in the family slowly dissolved. Only then did Kwame understand the Akan proverb he had ignored for so long. When you chase 2 birds at the same time, one will fly away. He learned the hard way that wealth can buy many things, but peace is not one of them. And sometimes, distance is the medicine that heals what closeness has broken.